Hello. Well, property continues to fascinate people despite the current downturn. And in fact, the market being less bullish means there are bargains out there.
Now, buying at the right price is vital if you want to see any profit at the end of the day.
And going to the auction is a great way to do that.
Three properties on today's show are very different.
But the one thing they have in common is that the new owners hope they'll be making some money. Let's see what they bought.
There's love in the air in Cornwall, but you'd better be careful.
This is definitely a property where you must not let your heart rule your head.
There's one of the smallest properties I've ever seen in Hertfordshire. So, let's take a little look around. Oh, there you go. I've done it.
And I visit a terraced house in Plymouth, which is frankly a little confusing.
This is really, really odd.
All these properties have been sold at auction, and we find out who bought them and what they paid for them when they went under the hammer.
Sir, well done.
We're in Cheshunt in Hertfordshire. Talk about well connected. This place is a commuter's paradise. Just 14 miles from London, it seems everyone's in their car and on the move here. Today's lot isn't a house. I'm here on this busy main road to check out an office that's recently been to auction. Now, it's a detached single-storey office building and it had a guide price of £70,000. So it's time for me to get to work and check this place out. This dinky little building looks in pretty good condition from the outside, and the off-street parking creates some distance from the busy A road. So, let's take a little look around. Oh, there you go. I've done it. There's a separate room out the back, a toilet and a kitchen. And of course, you've got this rather large room here. Now, the property measures 300 square foot in total. So, as an office space, it's perfectly well presented. You can see it doesn't really need much doing to it. It's all clean and tidy, and it has got that fairly new feel to it. But is there more to this place than this? So far, so businesslike. I can just imagine some budding Alan Sugar entrepreneur planning world domination within these walls. What if you didn't want to run a business? Now, for those of you who like to speculate to accumulate, this might be a likely spot to apply for change of use for the building to become residential. Now, at the moment, it's a bit on the small side for a house, but what if you were to apply for planning permission to extend this and therefore make the most of this plot? If you don't mind the busy A10 on your doorstep, that is. I'm going to take a look at the garden and see if it's at all possible. Yes, out here at the rear, there is 65 foot of garden, which would be enough to extend or rebuild a bungalow using the current footprint as a start and still have some left over for the garden. Now, it currently has A2 business use, which means it was a professional office before and so would need change of use to residential status. However, I think looking at the rest of the area, there are enough semis and terraces to argue that it is mainly residential around here. Now, if permission was granted to have a bigger dwelling on this site, it would make this so much more attractive in terms of investment. But me, I'd have to wear those earplugs. There's no denying the sound of that traffic. I'd say this property is one for an investor rather than a first-time buyer. But there may be life in this old office yet, if the application to change its use from business to residential succeeds. To get to the bottom of this property conundrum, I've asked a local estate agent to tell me more about the office's potential.
It's been an architect's drawing office for the last 30-odd years. It's not viable as a commercial opportunity, and therefore it needs to go to residential, and that will depend on the local planning authority as to whether you can go down that route. The current value is probably only in the region of 40, perhaps £50,000, with permission to convert it to residential, I would say that almost as a plot it's worth £120,000, something in that sort of region.
So there's definitely money to be made here if you know what you're doing.
I think if you did a simple single-storey rear extension on this, the potential value would be in the region of £215,000.
And for an investor looking to become a landlord?
If this was extended, I would suggest a rental value would be in the region of £1,000 per calendar month.
So it's a bit of a 50-50 with this one. On one hand, I think the current building is tiny and it only comes with business use, so it's got limited potential as it stands. But on the other hand, it's a decent-sized plot, and if you could get planning permission and change of use to build a bungalow on this site, then you could have a family home. But maybe, just maybe, that traffic noise would begin to grate. But that's all speculation. We need to find out what somebody's got in store for this place. Let's see who bought it and what they want to do with it when it went to auction.
Nice office building, you've got car parking in the front, highly visible location. So obviously you've got potential to do things with this. About 50,000 anywhere? 50, yeah, 50,000, 55, 60, 60, 65, back to you, 70, 80, 85, 90, 86, yeah, 87, 88, 89, 89, well done, it's a good lot, I've seen it, 89, 90, 90, 91, 92, 93. No, have a think. If not, £92,000. First time, 93. Do you spot? 94, sir. Sorry, 94 between you. 94, 95, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99. 98 with you. First time, second time, third and last time. Have you all done? Sold 98,000.
Aram is the office's new owner. Originally from Armenia, he's been in the UK for 15 years. Until recently, he was the manager of a textile store, but now wants to make his career as a property developer. Aram, congratulations.
Thank you.
You've gone and bought yourself an office at the auctions.
Thank you very much, yes, I did.
So, how much research did you do into buying this?
To be honest, not a lot. I checked on the internet night before, and this came up, and I had only maybe 12 hours before the auction. So what I did, I came down at 13 in the morning just before to go to auction, had a look around, and I liked what I see, and I thought, yeah, and I went for it.
So come on then, talk to me. What did you like about it, and what potential can you see?
Well, it's detached in a very good condition, and I think there is a potential to extend it at the back of the property. So to convert into maybe two-bedroom house or bungalow, you want to call it.
But forgive me, are you missing something? You did notice the big noisy A10 out the front, surely?
Yeah, I did, but I mean, if you look around, there is so many other properties right on the A10, so I don't think it's going to be a major problem around here.
Aram's got a good point. Plenty of people do live along this road. On the plus side, it's an excellent base for commuting, but it all rests on getting planning permission and changing the use to residential.
Just before I went to auction, I spoke to council on the phone, and they said, yeah, they will be happy. As soon as I bought the place, I spoke to them in person, and they confirmed it should be no problem for the application to go through. So fingers crossed it will go through.
So what would your plan B be?
Well, the plan B is maybe rent it as an office, but I don't really want to think about plan B because it should be plan A all the way. I don't see no problems, to be honest.
OK, it's plan A all the way. Aram's so confident he'll get planning permission that he's already drawn up plans for his bungalow. Now, it's quite interesting looking down and seeing the plans because the bedroom is going to be here.
Yes.
Overlooking the road And all the noise. So, you know, do you think that is an ideal place for a bedroom?
Ideally not, but with some work, with some noise reduction installations, I think it should be no problem.
Sounds like Aram's not going to let anything get in his way. He's got a budget of 40,000 to do the job and is convinced it's going to be a breeze. So what sort of building experience have you got?
Very limited, to be honest, but I've got a few good friends, and I think I'll see it through. I don't think it's going to be any problems.
So who's actually going to build it?
I haven't decided yet. I might just do it myself with my friends.
But you've just told me you don't really have much building experience.
Oh, I don't, but I will learn. Nothing scares me. So, you know, I've got a young family, a little daughter, only 1 year old. So, I mean, I have to try my hardest to make it work.
So, Aram, do you see yourself moving into this building? I mean, are you attached to it already?
To be honest, yes. I mean, when first time I saw the missus, she wasn't happy about it. She looked around, and after 5 minutes, she changed her tone. And after 10, she was ready to move in. So
did you not think about asking the missus if she'd like to live here?
I did, but I made a decision as a man of the house, and that's how it's going to be, and that's how it's going to be.
So you have taken a gamble on this, haven't you? Because if the plans don't come through, you're going to have to go with plan B, which is renting it out.
It is a gamble, of course, but I'm fingers crossed it's going to be everything okay.
And it all happened in a matter of 12 hours. You saw it, you bought it, you've got to go for it now.
Well, sometimes you make your best decisions in impulse. Sometimes it happens, so... And most of the times I do get right, so let's hope it's this one of this.
Aram, good luck with this project. It's been great meeting you today. There's your plans.
Lovely. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So Aram has 2 plans for this place. I really hope he doesn't have to resort to plan B, renting this place out as an office, when the alternative might be for him and his wife to have a home on this site. Will his new foray into property developing work out? You can find out how he gets on later in the programme.